Alrighty, welcome back to Shock and Shellac. I'm your host, Herschel Gillis, and today I'm back. I'm talking about another new movie dropped this year by David Dawson, titled Flesh Games. And I'm going to start out this review by saying thank you to David for allowing reviewers like myself to do this. I got this from the Sick on Cinema boys, who were sent it by David, who said that they could share with people. So I got this here, and David seems to be a nice guy as well. So thank you. But yeah, what is Flesh Games? It's like the home video tape slash, yeah, it's supposed to be the home video tape of a group of young men who go out and want to make their own like stunt tape in in the same vein of Jackass or CKY. Going out doing their stunts, and there is one member of the group that, gets a little bit more into it than the others, and things, start to escalate at one point and maybe go wrong. It's sort of like a found footage movie, but yeah, in the vein of Jackass, and then it takes a darker turn. But yeah, what do I like about this? First off, I just want to say that it seems to be all of the stunts in this are real. I mean, there's not really a way to fake a lot of this, like, cart stunts, like flipping off of carts, and prank calls. There's someone, or like a poop prank that was pretty funny. Very Jackass inspired stuff. There's some skateboarding, like CKY, and stuff like so there's the electric fly swatters on like tongues, stuff like that. Definitely heavily inspired by Jackass and CKY, as mentioned. It's one of those things like, this the dumber of us, including myself, as teenagers and stuff, went out to make these things. We all watched Jackass, CKY, stuff like that, and wanted to do our own. This is like that group of filmmakers trying to make their own tape. You get a lot of nut punches and shit like that. Fun stuff. That is, like, the real stuff is fun, for sure. I also really like the music in this one. Very, like, it's a punk rock soundtrack, a lot of power violence. Power violence that I wasn't really familiar with prior to this, so that was cool. Was a big fan of the soundtrack and the whole vibe of this. I like the home video style. Makes it feel more off the cuff and real. And I know a lot of this is real. Like, I know the characters are characters in some points, but it does feel like David Dawson and his friends hanging out making a Jackass tape at times too, which is, reminded me a lot of something like Addison Bennick's magnum opus from last year. That's sort of where the comparisons stop with that one, though, because this does take a dark turn, as I mentioned before. I'm not going to spoil anything, but the plot description on Letterboxd has it as for fans of Jackass, CKY, and then August Underground, Trash Humpers, and Creep. I think that's very, especially Creep, definitely feels apt as a description for it. I think everybody in this does a really good job when they start doing the more character-driven stuff, like in the latter part of the film. And the progression for like the typical Jackass stuff to, like, upping the ante more and more and seeing what characters are comfortable with that and which are not, and the way things eventually turn out are very well done. It feels natural. It feels like a steady progression getting to that point. Never feels like there's just an abrupt change. The tone never really shifts super quickly, which I appreciated. It felt like a natural progression to the point that we get. The special effects that are in this, so like the stuff that isn't real, look pretty decent when they're there. I mean, I know this is a very low budget film, but they do look pretty good when we get them. And the last, I think it's 15 to 20 minutes of this are actually far more intense than I expected them to be. Pretty mean-spirited and creepy and weird, and really dug it a lot. I don't have anything negative to say about this one. This is just really good. I didn't expect this to be as good as it was. I won't lie and say I was familiar with David Dawson prior to this. I'd seen his name on Instagram, stuff like that, but I had never seen any of his films before this, and that's going to change now because I'm a big fan of this. This is one of my favorite films of the year for sure, and it made me question like why has nobody done this sort of idea before? Like it's a really good idea, really original, um, and yeah, you need to check it out. It's on. I believe you can get the VHS from David directly right now. I'm planning on doing that myself soon. Um, Once I get my VCR back in working order. And I heard that there may be a disc release as well. So get your hands on this in whatever way you can when it comes out, in whichever way is more convenient for you. Because this is the type of film that I like to see in underground filmmaking. I gave this a 5 out of 5 on Letterboxd. I stand by that. Absolutely loved it. I'm definitely going to be watching this again. And when that, especially the disc, I will be for sure buying that. Definitely going to be buying probably a couple copies. Get this for a group of friends. This is a good pizza and beer movie, I like to say. Get a group of friends together. Tell them that that's just like a Jackass ripoff and see the reaction to the last 15 to 20 minutes, and we'll see. I think that'd be a fun time. So, yeah. Thank you, David, for watching this. Or sending this. If you are watching this, thank you for that as well. Yeah, and if you are watching this, anytime you want to be interviewed for my channel, anytime you want to come on the podcast, just let me know, because this is great. Highly recommend this. And that's it for today. But Flesh Games, 5 out of 5. Highly recommend it. Check it out. Especially if you like found footage and Jackass and punk rock, because I really do, and that checked a lot of boxes for me. So, yeah. And as always, I've been your host, Herschel Gill, signing off for today. 0 thoughts, 0 editing, 0 brain cells, and 0 planning. I will see you guys on Friday, I believe. I don't remember what the review coming... Oh, it's Black Heart Collector's called. I will be reviewing that on Friday. Saturdays, Shark Saturdays, returning again with Psycho Shark, the movie that almost ended, or did for a while, Shark Saturdays, because it was the film that I was going to cover, and it is something. So, yeah. Keep an eye out for that. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't. Keep your notifications on. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.